Hi there, this is Alfie Whattam, London's tech recruiter and the host of the London Technology Podcast. Today I'm speaking to Marco. Thanks for joining us, Marco. Can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Alfie. So I'm Marco Fiocco. I'm currently working in Autodesk Research as a software development manager to develop a digital twin platform for manufacturing. I have a master in computer science engineering in Italy from University of Padua. My background is computer graphics, 3D reconstructions. I started as that. I developed a professional software package for 3D reconstruction. I created a startup in Italy where we were developing and selling this software. Then I came to UK 7 years ago to work in Broadcom in Cambridge. At the same time, I started doing an executive master in business administration in Cambridge. Because I was interested in good management and business, and also at the same time I started investing in full stack development because I started to see that there were many more opportunities, job opportunities, instead of focusing just on computer graphics, because computer graphics is a kind of a niche. It doesn't have necessarily the best salaries. And so then 3.5 years ago, I joined Autodesk, developing cloud services for our generative design prototype in research. So yeah, that would be me.
Perfect, great. And obviously you've been in the industry, Marco, for quite a while. Now, a lot of the people that watch these videos, they're IT graduates and they're quite new to the industry. Have you got any advice for people that are just starting their tech careers?
Yeah, I mean, I have about 20 years of experience. I've been trying to gather my thought about this. So I would say, obviously, try to become the best at something. So if you are unique, you will be very valuable, right? So start today and try to learn invest in coding, because it's a long learning curve. So being patient with the actions and patient with results. So invest in coding, and I would suggest especially invest in full stack engineering. I think T-shaped individuals are much more valuable than that hyper-specialized people. In terms of team dynamics and really get the job done, because we are moving into a future where microservices, cloud development will be more and more ubiquitous, and so having a wide range of skills is really, really great. I mean, I already, for example, I'm hiring for people right now, and I'm always looking for T-shaped individual, because I see they get the job done much better and faster than other very specialized people. So yeah, I see in terms of trends, we are going more and more into high-performance cross-functional teams.
Yes.
That develop vertical slices of the architecture rather than horizontal platform layers. Microservices are getting traction really because they allow teams to work independently on their own services, which front and back end in the same team, and so they can develop at their own speed of development and release cycle. So, whereas the horizontal layer organization was conceived to deal with monoliths, but it doesn't move as fast as a microservice organization. So it will be a good investment to get familiar with orchestration and workflow management technologies. You may be familiar with the Kubernetes kind of stuff, which is very trendy nowadays, but is not necessarily the best. I'm a fan at the moment of HashiCorp tools. So I like to use Nomad and Consul, and I like to use workflow management tools like Cadence, developed by Uber, which is an open source, all open source projects. But everyone has its own preferences. Then depends on which kind of specific IT industry you are interested.
Yeah.
So if you are attracted to startups, do some experience with startups in your early years, because when you get older, you tend to want to be more settled. Maybe you are a family to maintain, so, and then you will regret that you didn't spend time in startups earlier, right? So and it's good to have experience with startups in your early years. You will learn a lot, but if it does not pan out after 5 to 10 years, probably it is better to consider to move to a big company and learn how it works. So yeah, that's
good
my
advice.
yeah.
I definitely agree with what you said about being a T-shaped individual. If somebody's looking to hire a really good front-end React developer, for example, it's much better to get somebody that loves and lives and breathes modern JavaScript libraries like React, rather than having a developer that does .NET, Java, PHP, and React. Being T-shaped will definitely make you stand out, and it will just give you an advantage. Now, you touched on it, Marco, but just in terms of looking into the future, are there any technologies which get you excited, which you think will have a big impact on the future ahead?
Yeah, I have some ideas. I can try to break down in terms of what is your purpose. So, for example, in the front end space, there is Angular and React, and at the moment it seems that React seems to be the winner. In terms of APIs, for sure REST is here to stay. gRPC is good if you're interested in high performance. GraphQL is good if you're interested in doing complex queries to the backend. In terms of backend, the future, I think, is for sure multi-cloud. So hybrid cloud as well, edge computing. So it would be unlikely in the future that a company puts all its eggs into one cloud provider only, so namely AWS, for example. I think companies were going to be multi-cloud for sure. So there are a bunch of technologies that are ready for that. The tools I mentioned before, like Nomad, Consul, Kubernetes, allow to this kind of stuff. Learn containers for sure, because microservices are the future, and containers are a staple in that space right now. Although it might not be the only technology for developing microservices, because I would say keep an eye out for WebAssembly, because you can deploy anywhere with a WebAssembly, even inside a browser, even in IoT devices. It's highly secure, and it could replace Docker one day. Well, I I could put bet I don't know, $100 on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, in terms of languages, the usual suspects. I mean, C and C++ are good bets always.
yeah,
Um, C, especially for embedded devices, and C++ if you want to do more complex architectural stuff. But the C++ teaches you, good coding, object orientation, and machine performance issues. Python is still very popular for scripting, for machine learning applications. Um, and for backend stuff, there are a bunch of options that's interesting right now. There is no clear winner at the moment. Node.js is very popular because if you learn JavaScript for the front end, you can reuse the same learning for doing the back end with Node.js. But it's not necessarily the best technology. So Go language is very good. I like it a lot. It's very nice performance, comparable to C. And one player that is coming out seems to be Rust, which
yeah.
has even better performance than Go, and is very safe. It allows to build applications that don't crash. At least don't have stupid pointer memory errors.
Yeah.
But the learning curve of Rust is very long. And then last couple of things I want to mention is for the space of artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Deep learning is still strong. I'm not sure the winter of deep learning is coming. I think there is still a lot of breath for innovation there, but something that is could be gaining popularity in the next years is knowledge graphs. Something that is not new, has been invented a few decades ago. Then it's been forgotten because deep learning became very fashionable.
Yeah.
But knowledge graphs have very interesting properties, and they can be combined with deep learning, and that could be the future of reasoning and inference, because deep learning is more about perception, learning a hard-coded algorithm. But if you want to do complex reasoning, maybe knowledge graphs are the way to go, but we'll see. And then our last thing is the distributed ledgers. So in the future, there will be lots of devices around. Think about Internet of Things. Yeah. And there will be huge issues about trust of these devices. And distributed ledgers like IOTA or Ethereum could help solve this trust problem, along with smart contracts. Yes. And distributed ownership of data. That will be my thoughts.
Awesome. The smart contracts element of Ethereum has unbelievable potential. So that's something that I'm also excited about. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Marco, to get your ideas and insights. I'll tag you on LinkedIn when this comes out in a week or so people can drop you a message. But thank you so much for your time. You also won the award for the best background image being used on the show. Thank you, and thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you very much.